ليلى لا ليلى لا ليلى لا لا لا. أتعلم أنا أتعلم. إحنا في المدرسة طلاب نتعلم ويا الأصحاب، نفتح للمستقبل باب، نحيي في الوطن التجديد. إحنا في المدرسة طلاب نتعلم ويا الأصحاب، نفتح للمستقبل باب، نحيي في الوطن التجديد. أتعلم أنا أتعلم حتى أفيد وأستفيد، وأعرف لما أتكلم إنه كلامي صح ومفيد. ليلى لا ليلى لا ليلى لا لا ليلى لا ليلى لا ليلى لا.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Islam al-Baz from Ibn Khaldun Schools, and today we are going to study English World Class 5, Grade 5, Unit 11, Lesson 1, and the title of our lesson today is Reading. Objectives. Students are guided to read about the features of a biography, follow and read the text, understand the text and answer oral questions about it. Kindly open your People's Book pages 112, 113. So, this is Unit 11. The title of our lesson today is A Clever Man. A Clever Man. Now, look at the pictures here and read the titles of the paragraphs. Great. Now, Ibn al-Haytham. Ibn al-Haytham. Okay. What do you know about Ibn al-Haytham? Excellent. Ibn al-Haytham was one of the greatest Arab scientists in history, and he was born in Iraq, then moved to Cairo. He studied optics, medicine, mathematics, and he did a lot of amazing projects. Okay, do you think Ibn al-Haytham was a clever man? Do you think Ibn al-Haytham was a clever man? Yes, I think so. He was a clever man. Before reading, we are going to study vocabulary as usual by using word wall. Listen and repeat. Mathematics. Mathematics. Excellent. Maths. Medical. Medical. Connected with illness and injury. Asteroid. Asteroid. Great. This is asteroid. This is asteroid. Schooler. Schooler. Excellent. A person with expert knowledge in natural or physical sciences. The next word, medicine. Medicine. Great. Medicine. Flood. 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 Dam. Dam. This is a dam. Torch. 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 Lens. Lens. Crater. Crater. Great. This is a crater. Caliph. 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 library, library. Great, library. Experiment, experiment. Excellent. Optics, optics. Excellent. The study of sight and light, the study of sight and light. That's optics. Now back to our People's Book, page 112 and 113. Activity 1. Reading. Ibn al-Haytham. Ibn al-Haytham and his world. Now, listen and find answer to these questions. Number 1. What was Ibn al-Haytham? 2. Where and when was he born? 3. What did scholars study in the Islamic world? 4. What arrived in Europe for the first time? Now listen and answer.
Track 11. Pupils Book, Unit 11, page 112. Reading. Ibn al-Haytham.
Ibn al-Haytham and his world. One of the greatest Arab scientists in history was Ibn al-Haytham. He was born in Basra, Iraq, 1,050 years ago. This was a very exciting time in the Islamic world. There were huge libraries in many cities, and thousands of scholars studied science, mathematics, and languages. Islamic caliphates took over many countries around the Mediterranean. Food from the Arab world, sugar, oranges, and coffee arrived in Europe for the first time.
Okay, question number 1. What was Ibn al-Haytham? Great. A scientist. A scientist. Question number 2. Where and when was he born? Where and when was he born? Excellent. He was born in Basra, Iraq, 1,050 years ago. Question 3. What did scholars study in the Islamic world? What did scholars study in the Islamic world? Great. They studied science, mathematics, and languages. Question 4. What arrived in Europe for the first time? Very good. Sugar, oranges, and coffee. Now let's move to the second paragraph, moving to Cairo. Listen and find answers to these questions. Where did Ibn al-Haytham move to? Where did Ibn al-Haytham move to? Question 2. How many books did he write? How many books did he write? Now listen.
Moving to Cairo. Ibn al-Haytham moved to Cairo, and he became an important man. He worked with the Caliph al-Hakam. He was a teacher, and he taught the sons of the most important families in Cairo. He wrote more than 50 books, and he worked in many different sciences.
Now to the questions. Where did Ibn al-Haytham move to? Where did Ibn al-Haytham move to? Great, he moved to Cairo. He moved to Cairo. Question number 2. How many books did he write? How many books did he write? Good. He wrote more than 50. He wrote more than 50. Now to the next paragraph, studying optics. Studying optics. Listen and answer these questions. What's his most important book? What's his most important book? Question number 2. What were 2 of his favorite subjects? Now listen.
Studying optics. His most important book is The Book of Optics. It's about what lenses, mirrors, and magnifying glasses do with light. He did experiments with light, and he wrote about the results. Optics was one of his favorite subjects throughout his life.
Question number 1. What's his most important book? Great. The Book of Optics. The Book of Optics. Question number 2. What were 2 of his favorite subjects? What were 2 of his favorite subjects? Great. Optics and medicine. Optics and medicine. The next paragraph, studying medicine. Studying medicine. As we said before, his favorite subjects are optics and medicine. Now to the part of studying medicine. Now listen and answer these questions. What was Ibn al-Haytham's most important discovery about? What was Ibn al-Haytham's most important discovery about? Question number 2. Did people believe him at first? Did people believe him at first? Now let's listen.
Studying medicine. Another of his favorite subjects was medicine. At this time, scientists in the Islamic world were making many important medical discoveries. Ibn al-Haytham's most important discovery was about our eyes. Before his work, people thought that light came out of our eyes, like a torch. Ibn al-Haytham realized that light went into our eyes from the world. At first, people didn't believe him. Now we know that he was right.
Great. Question number 1. What was Ibn al-Haytham's most important discovery about? Great. Our eyes. Question number 2. Did people believe him at first? Did people believe him at first? Great. No, they didn't. Now let's move to the next page, page number 113. Studying mathematics. Studying mathematics. Listen and answer these questions. What did he use his mathematical skills to study? Question number 2. What did he help the caliph do? What did he help the caliph do? Now let's listen.
Studying mathematics. Ibn al-Haytham was also a brilliant mathematician. He used his mathematical skills to study the planets and the moon. Because he was so good at mathematics, he often worked as the caliph's engineer. He helped the caliph build important buildings.
Now to the questions. What did he use his mathematical skills to study? Great. The planets and the moon. The planets and the moon. Question number 2. What did he help the caliph do? What did he help the caliph do? Great. Build important buildings. Build important buildings. Now, an amazing projects. An amazing projects. Listen and find answers to these questions. What happened to the River Nile every year? What happened to the River Nile every year? Question 2. What did Ibn al-Haytham want to do? What did Ibn al-Haytham want to do? Question 3. What did President Nasser of Egypt decide to do? Okay, let's listen and find answers to these questions.
An amazing project. At that time, in Egypt, there were a lot of floods. Every year the River Nile flooded, and it caused a lot of problems. Ibn al-Haytham wanted to build a dam across the River Nile to stop the flooding. He made lots of plans, but in the end, he decided it wasn't possible. 1,000 years later, technology was much more advanced. President Nasser of Egypt decided to build a dam across the River Nile. And now there is a dam at exactly the same point where Ibn al-Haytham wanted to build his dam. After 1,000 years, Ibn al-Haytham's dream became a reality.
Great. Question number 1. What happened to the River Nile every year? Great. It flooded. It flooded. Question number 2. What did Ibn al-Haytham want to do? Excellent. He wanted to build a dam across the River Nile to stop the flooding. Question 3. What did President Nasser of Egypt decide to do? What did President Nasser of Egypt decide to do? Great. He decided to build a dam across the River Nile at exactly the same point where Ibn al-Haytham wanted to build his dam. Finally, let's move to the part of remembering Ibn al-Haytham. Remembering Ibn al-Haytham. Before we listen, we are going to read the questions. When did Ibn al-Haytham die? When did Ibn al-Haytham die? Question number 2. What has been done to honor Ibn al-Haytham and his work? What has been done to honor Ibn al-Haytham and his work? Let's listen.
Remembering Ibn al-Haytham. Ibn al-Haytham died in 1040 Common Era. For hundreds of years, his work was forgotten. Now, people think of him as one of the greatest scientists in history. To honor him and his work, there is a crater on the moon with his name. There is an asteroid with his name too. They are both good ways to remember this great man.
Great. Question number 1. When did Ibn al-Haytham die? Great. He died in 1040. In 1040. Question number 2. What has been done to honor Ibn al-Haytham and his work? What has been done to honor Ibn al-Haytham and his work? Great. There is a crater on the moon and an asteroid with his name. Now it's time for workbook. Kindly open your workbook, page 102. 102. Exercise 1. Read the notes, write sentences. Read the notes, write sentences. So we are going to read these notes and write sentences using these notes. 1. Ibn al-Haytham, born Iraq 1050 years ago. Ibn al-Haytham, born Iraq 1050 years ago. So we are going to use these notes to write a sentence. Great. Ibn al-Haytham was born in Iraq 1050 years ago. This is the complete sentence. Ibn al-Haytham was born in Iraq 1050 years ago. Number 2. Worked Cairo teacher. Worked Cairo teacher. Great. The answer is he worked in Cairo as a teacher. He worked in Cairo as a teacher. He worked in Cairo as a teacher. I need you to complete the rest as homework at home. Exercise 2. Write the words in the box next to their definitions. Write the words in the box next to their definitions. Let's read the words first. Important, technology, honor, asteroid, believe, brilliant. Number 1. Exceptionally clever or talented. Exceptionally clever or talented. We are going to choose a word that is an adjective. It should be an adjective. Great. The answer is brilliant. Brilliant. Exceptionally clever or talented. It's brilliant. Number 2. Knowledge of engineering and applied sciences. Knowledge of engineering and applied sciences. The word should be, remember the word should be a noun. Great. The answer is technology. Technology is the knowledge of engineering and applied sciences. Let's move to number 3. A small rocky body orbiting the sun. A small rocky body orbiting the sun. Remember, the word should be noun, should be a noun. Great. The answer is asteroid. Asteroid. So the asteroid is a small rocky body orbiting the sun. Okay, kindly use your dictionary to answer number 4, 5, 6 as a homework. Okay, that's all today. I hope you enjoyed our lesson and see you soon.